Peace, quick little think fast. Matter of fact, my think fast has to do with me being in this complex right here. But want to speak on though right quick, like filters and perceptions. And matter of fact, I just did a video, probably drop it before or after this video. But basically, I just got hit with a scenario that showed how how we have these different filters or levels of perception. But I just passed this little complex right here, and they used to have a spot where where they sell like these hamburgers. I forgot the name of it, Uncle something, but in fact, that paradigm, like the uncle always giving us that unhealthy stuff. Uncle like, oh, go ahead and have a drink. Your uncle said you could have a little sip there. and there's no coincidence though that people have businesses called Uncle so and so, and it's almost connected to that energy in essence. But they had this place, this place sold like hamburgers, but it sold the type of hamburgers like which of course to us it's like, bro, they taste extremely good, because you could have like different patties, you could put mushrooms, onion, like they had different all type of stuff, but like that greasy, unhealthy food for the most part. Now when I just passed that just now, a part of me, and I didn't say a part of me, I just was kind of like, oh, all right, damn, the little old school spot not there. And then as soon as I said that, my high self like, you see Universal? You see how this situation could play out? It's basically like where like some people looking at that store being gone, it's like, oh man, we ain't got no place to eat, we ain't got no place to get our burgers, this and that. While some people looking at it like, oh shit, thank you, it's good we got this this unhealthy ass food out of our neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So here it is, the people who have that filter of healthiness on their perspective, take that little filter of health, you put it over the eyes, and it's like, well, no, this place being gone, this is something that's helpful to people, you know what I'm saying? It's helpful that we don't have these type of foods, influencing people, to eat unhealthy in our neighborhood, But then somebody with another lens, from that lens of, hey, I don't have as much money as you to spend on this food, this and that. And again, that's a perception, because they extend your source. Of course they got enough to spend money. Like, you think source, again, like, oh, we're just gonna let those people be able to eat healthy food, but then leave you out? No, and you start to see that that's your inner source, You leaving your own self out through your subconscious programming, thinking that you're not capable of manifesting eating healthy food. But anyway, that person put on that lens of perception, that lens, and they like, oh shit, Uncle E's gone now, ain't got no place to eat, man, that's fucked up. Why would they take that food away, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Because from that lens, they looking at shit, that was a cheaper meal, you got a lot for a little, even though it was harmful and probably clogged up my arteries, it made my stomach full, that's all that count to me, you know what I'm saying? That's that person lens. So again, just seeing how, one situation could be interpreted in essence in so many different ways. Now say for instance, also showing you though, like a person's perception doesn't necessarily shape reality as a whole for all of us, but just reality for what they see it for, you know what I'm saying? Because say for instance, what's the true aspect? So even though people could have two different perspectives from that situation, what's the ultimate, situation is that, well, you could see it as something that's beneficial. Because again, these people who feeling like, oh man, I ain't got nowhere to eat, this and that, they're more so in the illusion of thinking that they can't manifest, foods that's better. So at the end of the day, it is a beneficial situation to not have, these harmful foods being pumped by in our neighborhoods. And again, even down to the perspective of looking at like, oh man, that's messed up. The owner ain't got no business no more, or this and that, But it's like, oh, you can see it where like, nah. It's almost like how somebody could look at somebody getting locked up. It's like, oh no, I don't want to see nobody caged up, but hey, the thing is though, after that person went to jail, You know, they realized, you know, something higher in their consciousness, and after coming out of jail, you know, they became their greatest version, you know, compared to where they could have been just sitting there that whole time doing dirt, never went to jail, so they just never got scared out of it, so they always been robbing, stealing, shooting, doing whatever. Then they end up playing that little life till they end up transition, you know. So here it is. Well, again, all experiences are just experiences, you know. Again, like with that person going to jail, even though jail helped them, you know, part of going to jail is the experience of course, it has some negativity with that. But again, it's still some positive learning that comes from negative situations. And there is, again, an ultimate truth. Again, somebody could be like, oh man, that was bad for him to go to jail. That was good. You know, it was neither. In essence, it was just a growing experience. But the true reality is it was a helpful situation, because that helped their soul. At the end of the day, it's about helping our soul ascend, you know. So that is a reality, that I am source on a human experience. And the reality is I'm raising the vibration in my body. So although somebody may have the perception, oh, it's a bad thing to lose that unhealthy food, or it's a bad thing that so-and-so don't have that stove, you know, that so-and-so don't have that stove no more and selling unhealthy food, that's a bad thing. Even though they may have that perception, you know, again, the ultimate full reality of the situation is that it's really beneficial that that store isn't there anymore. But again, not to say that, again, that person is wrong from their outlook, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, again, you know, their outlook may be, again, I'm trying to find words for this. You know, their outlook is their, you know, their perception. Like, it's nothing bad about it. It's just that they had a type of outlook that was gonna lead them into a place that's unbeneficial to their soul ascension. But only, again, these negative situations, or quote unquote bad situations, are only, you know, harmful whenever we don't realize to grow from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't realize the vibe to grow from these situations, then that's when they, of course, become like something that is truly harmful and unbeneficial in your life. You know, compared to where the situation happened and you learn, you know, you learn it from it. It's beneficial. Like when I got into trouble, you know, got into trouble, you know, with certain situations. You know, I could have looked at it like, man, it's fucked up. And with some cases, I remember at first, like, bro, that's fucked up. So it's like, why I'm in this situation like this? Like, fuck, I've been good all my life, this and that. Now I'm getting into some shit, but it was all me in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And realizing it. But again, just showing how different filters, you know, like Instagram, you put up a filter, it distorts, you know, and distorts and changes, you know, the perception, you know, and it becomes it obscures the vision in essence. So when we see that filter with somebody taking a picture and it got the little glamorous sparkles and stuff like that, you know, but then when you see them in reality, it's like, well, where all the sparkles and stuff? Well, they had that filter up. You know, we was only being able to view it through that filter. So that's what we saw. You know. But again, breaking down these filters. But that's basically, I just wanted to kind of give a little quick example because it hit me while I was passing the stove, and it literally hit me in a genuine vibe of like, you know, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, oh, Ease ain't there no more. But then I was like, well, but that is something that's beneficial. Shit, them burgers is a heart attack on the plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, to each his own on their experience though. You know, some people may feel like, I don't want to smoke herb, say for instance. But again, it's they have the right to not want to smoke herb, but then they stepping into that dual mind frame whenever they say, oh no, herb is bad and that's why I'm not gonna smoke it. No, I don't smoke it because I don't want to smoke it. I smoke it because I do want to smoke it, but not off of, well, it's bad or it's good, you know. Again, removing these filters. That's basically it. Peace. Happy now. How's the vibrate, of course. Matter of fact, one more example of filters, which I put this in a bigger video, and I think that's why I kind of, like, my higher self is letting me know, hey, there's some sauce to that filter stuff you was talking, but it was in a long video, and I know how that go down. You know, that reptilian mind of everybody. Just see 1 hour, see one with 2 minute zeros after, it's like, oh, I don't want to watch that video. But that's what the sauce at. Realize, you know, I do that out of love. You know, I could just make short little videos that don't explain everything fully, just for you to watch and be like, oh, universal frequencies is great, you know. Or I could do something that you know, again, where I take my time, like, you know, really breaking down situations and speaking on it to the fullest, to the best of my ability, you know what I'm saying? And you get like a full, you know, you get a full lesson, or you get to see how certain information parallel, because in most cases that's what I'm doing. I'm paralleling information from other videos and stuff, so it take a little, you know, longer to break down in essence, and just going with the flow of what source got me going with in that moment. And sometimes that's longer than a 30-minute video. You know, again, it is what it is. But again, just removing them filters, because the filters, like I spoke in that video, part of subconscious programming, and a lot of the filters, you know, can be very harmful to our experience. You know, we want to, you know, look at things for the reality of what it is, and not have no predisposed filter. You know, like, well, it's just like, I got this predisposed filter of, like, say for example, like with racism, like, all black people are dangerous and all black people are lesser life form. So when people who been taught that filter ever since a youngster, you know, as a matter of fact, in the society has been, you know, promoting this filter, then even a black person will treat themselves racially in essence, you know what I'm saying? Because they've been taught this filter, like, oh, I'm less of a person. So you do shit that show that you don't love yourself, you know? Because indirectly, you know, you accepting that filter that, you know, other people been promoting, you know? So now you like, oh, well, you know, and maybe I am dangerous, you know? But let me be dangerous like they say I am. You know what I'm saying? And you fall into, again, that filter. You know, or like a little kid, again, a filter on the opposite side, like, you know, telling all white people are racist, all of them trying to kill you, you know? And then you go out there as a black person, you know, where some white people that would, you know, could help you and want to help you just as much as somebody black, you know what I'm saying? But here it is, you got that filter that just like, oh, all white people, you know, trying to lock me up and put me into slavery, you know? And again, even though by the way the system is, and, you know, it could even say, even if it is a majority situation, you know, again, you still don't walk around treating everybody with that same filter from one experience, especially a filter that is based off of falsehood, you know. And that's, you know, the most important thing with dealing with filters is removing those filters that is based on falsehoods. That, so like another filter based on falsehood, or, you know, it takes hard work and you gotta lift a lot of weights and your hands gotta be dirty in order to provide for your family, you know. And you take that filter, and that filter locked in your subconscious, so that's the way you filtering things. So when you come across somebody with that, although they taking care of their family and thing good, you got that filter of like, oh, but his hands not fucked up like mine, so he ain't no working man. He ain't no man. His hands ain't scruffed up like mine. You know, so that's the filter you look at the world through. You know, it's like, again, different filters. You born into a rich family, this and that. So you're like, oh, well, don't everybody go to the, you know, take trips to Switzerland in the summertime? Don't everybody? Like, no, you know, you putting that filter of what, you know, situation that you was born into on the rest of everything that's inaccurate, you know. But again, just little examples. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace.